All right, let's take you guys into what just happened before we start rolling.
I complimented Jake's cozy sweatshirt. I said, that looks like a very comfortable shirt.
I said, yeah, it's so cozy. Not wearing an undershirt. Because so many hoodies are like this, where they're so cozy on the inside. This material is so soft. Yeah. Why would I want to put a shirt between that and this, or between that and my skin?
The only thing I'm worried about is I think sweatshirts have only so many wash cycles before they get pilly. And
that is not something I have ever thought about.
You don't worry about the pills?
I've never noticed it.
Do you ever get pills?
Maybe. I don't know. They're not on my radar.
Really?
You know, it's like once you buy a green truck, then you start seeing green trucks. Now that you pointed out, maybe I'll see pills everywhere.
Here's my pills. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have pills.
Because that's why I would worry about, like, because you're dirtying it up quicker. Now you're going to have to wash that bad boy.
I think I would. How often do you sometimes not wash your hoodies if there's like a shirt between you? Like, I didn't really wear it.
Yeah, there's something about that. Yeah, you every wash, every time?
No, I guess it depends. I guess you're right. Yeah, because this is like my armpits are touching the material. Like exactly. I have to wash it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Whereas like if you're in a hoodie, you're not usually sweating very much because it's colder outside by de facto. Is that what it is? Is that what de facto
ipso facto?
Means? Yeah.
I will be. It's very much summer still, and I'm wearing this. So I will be sweating in this today. But Rachel got it for me for my birthday.
It looks really nice. The hood specifically looks great. Thanks. I don't know what to tell you. Just besides that, you just look awesome.
Me in a white costume with a white hood up and then something over the top of it. What's that remind you of?
A little sneak preview of something later.
Yeah, we specifically recorded. We were recording this episode after the Chiefs game.
Yep.
So that we could tell you guys all about our experience and how much barbecue sauce went up my nose. So roll it.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast. At first I thought you were making like a KKK joke, and I was like, I don't know about this.
No, I was not.
And then I was like, oh, I see. Yes, it is Friday morning. Normally we record on Wednesdays for the Monday episode, but we're like, we gotta get people, a timely episode of this Chiefs experience because we were excited about it. It felt like the fans were excited about it, so we got to tell them all about it.
Yeah, there was so much buy-in, it seemed like, from just what I could tell from my Instagram story and the Facebook group. I mean, immediately, I like, we're going to the game, whatever. And everyone's like, no car service? I mean, I got 50 replies, no car service? I was like, man, the ghosties are so like locked into everything. So
yeah. That was
no car service.
No car service. Yeah, that was the first and only bummer of the entire day. No, I was kidding. It was great. But
I should have wrote down because by the end of the night we labeled our mistakes.
Yes,
I think we had 3 major mistakes, maybe 4.
Let's outline. Let's just go chronological real quick.
This is gonna be we're creating a great YouTube video right now.
Yes. So
by the end of this video, we're gonna tell you our 3 mistakes we made
and how you can do better for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just go back to the beginning of the day. Because I
woke up, my shirt was pilly.
Here I was. I had pills all over. It's like a Kesha concert in here.
Pillows.
That's what they call it, a pillow.
Yeah.
Because it gets pilly. I was just being honest with the ghosties. I was so like overly worried about what I'm supposed to wear. Like 3 days in advance, I kept being like, do you know what we're supposed to wear to this thing? Because we were supposed to do this event, like these glorified VBS games, these like relay race silly games.
That's a great way of putting it, because these are not Kanaka games. That's too high up for what it was.
They were just like, hey, let's get a little goofy and messy, and it's fine because we're goofy. But it was like, but also right when you get there, they call it be show ready, because we're going to take some pictures on the red carpet.
Yeah, it was the night before the game, and we hadn't heard anything. We finally get an email 11:30 at night, and it says to show up. As far as attire,
yeah,
show ready.
Yeah,
I was like, well, what kind of show is it?
Right,
I'll be ready, but I don't know what the show is.
And so I'm going back and forth. I'm like, okay, they're going to take and they said we're going to take pictures for the national media or something like that.
Yeah, 4:15 is red carpet national media pictures.
And by the end of it, I was like, I need to just humble the heck out of myself and be like, nobody in the national media is going to care one iota about a picture of me. But like in my head, I was like, well, should I wear these shoes or these shoes? If I wear those shoes, those are my nice shoes. We're not getting paid for this event. Then all of a sudden I'm losing money on. But I was like, I'm going to mess up these shoes in the barbecue sauce event.
It is funny how much thought you put into
I overanalyzed it so much. I really did. I was just, and like, I was talking to Catherine about it, and she, like, to be fair, she was like very entertained. Like, she entertained all. She wasn't just like, Brad, you're being ridiculous.
Rachel was the same, like probably 10 p.m. She's like, you know what you're wearing tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. She's like, well, you, Brad, talked about it. And I was like, not really. She's like, you guys are such boys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I didn't know you're freaking out over here.
I wasn't freaking out, but I was just analyzing. I was just, because I was like, is this the right move? And then finally I was like, I'm not going to try to be somebody I'm not. I'm just going to be Brad Ellis. And that's fine. Like, I don't think I'm going to like change the world if I'm wearing some, like, I'll look like an idiot if I'm trying to be too cool or whatever. So I just was like, I'm just going to wear a Chiefs polo. And
from your closet?
Nope. Went and bought it. Went and bought it from Rally House.
Rally House.
Yeah. Free sponsor alert of the day. But yeah, went and bought it yesterday. Cause I don't have any Chiefs polos. I don't have any like I said, the only like real Chiefs gear I have is like winter gear. And it was 97 degrees on my truck thermometer yesterday.
Yeah, real hot.
And so I was like, I guess I got to go buy something. So anyway, yeah. So no car service. So we're driving ourselves. Supposed to be there at 3:45. We leave at 3, which is great.
Oh, meanwhile, on my side, just to go chronologically, I have not thought about what I'm going to wear, really. I'm like, I think I'll just shorts and a t-shirt, whatever. I leave Trey's house because we did Correct Opinions yesterday at like 2:15. When I leave there, I get an email from a brand we're trying to work with Friday Pickleball, and they're like, hey, the video's actually not approved. Even though you did exactly what we said you were allowed to do, it's not, no can do. I'm like, well, tomorrow's Friday. We got to knock this out. So I'm running home. Like, I got to eat lunch at some point. I know how I'm going to do this. I got to get this video footage to time it. So I'm just like recording stuff on my phone really quickly. I'm sending it to time. You can just hear me like heavy breathing into the microphone. And you just throw on a Dante Hall jersey and bring a Mahomes shirt and then run to Chipotle and go to your house. Yeah. It's chaos.
I had no idea. You hit it well once you got to my house.
I was sweating. And that was the last time I sweat all day, which was nice.
That's good. Yeah, because it was really nice. Like
moisture in general. I was done with it.
Yeah.
After that point.
There was nothing, liquid on me at all the rest of the day. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I mean, genuinely.
From 2 to 3 p.m. was nuts.
Call you Larry because you were cool as a cucumber by the time you got to me.
Also, wouldn't it be nice if I could just like, pull right into my driveway? Oh, cool. I got to bring stuff to the game. I got to do this, whatever. No, I had to park over here again, the side of the street. Yeah. Well, there's no room, so I had to move the road closed sign again. I run these straight. Oh, a little sneak preview. Yeah. This is a YouTube video. I run this project now. I'm going to tell you guys that story later.
Oh,
I'm in charge now.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Okay.
But yeah, I was moving the signs and I was like, of course, I got to run in and run out. And I forgot something. And
yeah. Oh,
anyway, no car service. Drive ourselves. And to be fair, the Chiefs that's a small company. It's a small organization. I'm not surprised they couldn't figure out a car for us.
It does make sense that
or didn't want to spend the money on it.
Yeah, right. Like most of the people that we were with got flown over from the UK. But they're like, we're having a hard time finding
Brad's
a car
got
service.
A truck.
Yeah, logistically, I don't know if you guys can figure it out. Shawnee, that's like 20 minutes away from the stadium. I don't know.
I mean, we already get all these guys hotels for the week and multiple flights, so a car would just be too much.
And we gave them all jerseys and, told them exactly what to wear probably.
Got him a parking pass that works.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, so tell them about. So we're already running a little bit late. There's some traffic getting in, or we're running on time, I think is what I would say.
Yeah. I would say for every bit of Brad's kind of anxiety about what he's going to wear, I wanted to really nail, because I was the main person getting the emails too. So it's like, I want to know what we need to do when we get in there. And so I'm really pouring over the information the night before, like the parking. And I think I know what to do, but I'm just worried already. Like, I'm looking at what the parking pass they sent me and what they're saying in an email of like, yeah, you'll be able to bypass all the traffic. You get right in. And I'm looking at my parking pass. I'm like, this looks like any other parking pass. It doesn't say special access. It doesn't say these guys are local influencers. It just says red parking pass.
I think it literally had the word general parking on there.
It said general parking. Red is like not as high as you can go. There's gold. There's platinum.
Yeah, there's no way red's above gold. Like, gold is definitely better.
And I said that to Brad. I was like, here, because I'm skipping ahead, but I was already worried that the parking could be an issue, and we went in with the plan. We knew what we had to do. we get to the stadium and it says authorized access lane. I'm like, well, we have one piece of like information that says we could do that.
Yeah.
Brad's like, I'll find a gap.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah, you just like, okay, that cone looks a little bit farther away than the other cones are. Let's just swerve in there.
And then Brad's driving, so I hand him my phone. I'm like, hey, just heads up. I don't think there's anything special in this parking pass, but you can hand it to her. Brad hands it to her.
She goes, are you guys working? What are you guys working the
You guys
event?
working the game?
And I go, no.
No.
Well, I was like, kinda.
Yeah.
We're part of the world's largest tailgate. And she goes, you're in the wrong lane. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Didn't even scan it or look at it.
Yeah, she didn't scan it. That was funny.
Just go.
Get out of
It's
here.
Opening night.
And so if you know about the Chiefs, like they are famous for tailgating beforehand. Like it's a big thing. So there was tons of people already there. Like most of the people that were going to the game were probably already there by 3:30 when we got there. It felt
I want to say like I think a lot of people were like, hey, let's just call off work and like show up at like noon.
Yeah.
Because I think when the gates opened, they were there.
Yeah. 100%.
So we're trying to find parking lot Red D.
Red D.
We are Red D. And I'm like, this is I'm looking at the map. This is where we need to be. I'm like, all right, pull in here. Oh, they closed it down.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to the next one. All right, looks like the cone's opened up. And,
there's chains though.
The chain fence thing. Okay, so Red D is not ready for us.
Nope.
Next thing you know,
it's Red. No, it's Red C. Okay,
C,
I guess
right.
we'll go C and we'll
Going up
walk
the
a little
alphabet.
bit. And then all of a sudden, we're at Red A.
Red B, Red A. Okay, we're at a different stadium now.
Yeah, we are about as far away from where we're supposed to go as possible. I mean, probably a 15-minute walk, if not more.
Yeah.
And we're already like cutting it close on time.
We're running late, and we've brought it, we think these games might get messy, so we got extra set of clothes in the car.
Yes.
We know there's going to be another walk back to the car. We want to be close.
Right.
Then we pull in. These people, granted, they are hourly high school workers, but they don't know what they're talking about. They're misguiding us the wrong direction. We pull in one area, and then we get stuck. The guy's like, you got to park here. We're like, we don't want to park here. And so then I hop out of the car and just start raising like things like caution tape, essentially, that was in our way. I'm raising up some other just pedestrian. It's just like there. She's helping out.
Yeah.
She's raising caution tape with us.
She's like, oh, you got to lift the cone with the tape. That's how you get under it.
Great.
We're like, yeah, lift it up. Let's do this thing.
That's cone high.
And so we're literally, just like going past this like barrier to the next parking lot, which was still just Red B. We're not even close at this point. And so then I asked some guy who seemed like he knew what he was talking about. He's like, no, you just go down here. That's how you get to Red D. Whatever. Long story short, Red D was a amalgam.
Yeah, next thing you know, we're not even on the grounds of Arrowhead anymore. We're back outside. We needed to get a running start at it again. We're back in the woods. We're back on like an outer highway road.
Yep.
And we got a running start at it, and that didn't work either. We're talking to different people. Eventually, we're like, let's just go illegally.
Yeah, this time it was like we're not making the mistake of going all the way back to Red D. We're trying to find one of these other parking areas and just tell people specifically, hey, we need to be in this pavilion. We're working this event. One woman was like, no, you can't go in here. You don't have parking lot F access. And so then we see this other gravel lot. And I was like, that doesn't look super regulated.
Gravel seems chill.
Yeah, like gravel. There's no like lines even. So it's like, I don't know. Let's see if there's anywhere in there. And so we pull in there lot ES.
It said ES.
Which was, extra special is what we called it.
Who knows?
And it seems like it's completely full of very nice cars right by the stadium. I was like, I don't know. And then we find like one spot that was like, that seems like it could fit us.
It's like 3/4 of a spot.
Yeah.
We got in.
And I got a small little car, so I can just maneuver in there really easily. We get in there, but we're still a little bit worried we're going to get towed at this point.
Yeah, every car has like things hanging from their mirror that it's a tag that says ES on it. We're the one car without one. No problem.
No problem. I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you can't join them, you write it in, right?
If you're not a part of the club and want to join them, write it.
We're RFK fans. We're going to write in our vote. We're going to, no, I don't, whatever.
I got park there.
I don't know how to do it. How do you do it? That was more like a,
I don't have that dialed in.
You haven't practiced that in your mirror?
I don't.
So anyway, we wrote in ES on my air freshener. So I'm going to keep that air freshener up there for a while.
It's good memories.
I wrote ES, and I don't know what I wrote. Oh, I wrote the date underneath it.
Good.
And then I just signed somebody's signature underneath it. Like, maybe this looks legit.
Good call.
Somebody's like, well, this looks kind of homemade.
It's a day of. It's a day of pass. Yeah, I put that on my Instagram story, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is where the players and their wives park." Like, that's fine. It's us too. That's where players, their wives, and contestants park.
There were a few cars in there that I was suspect were not. There was a Honda CRV. How many NFL players' wives were driving a Honda CRV?
And when we came back to return some items to the car, there were people tailgating in there.
Also true.
Only one crew, like 3 dudes, but still, they were tailgating.
Yeah.
But Andrew Schutte, who we got to see last night, he works for the Chiefs. Ghosty came to Ghostrunners Getaway in Florida. Ghostrunners. He confirmed that that's where players and their wives park, and also claimed that that's where Taylor Swift parks. And I was like, that's still a little bit from the stadium. How does she get in? He's like, I think she just walks. It's good for her.
How much do you believe? I still like Taylor Swift, out of all people, would like get dropped off at the door. Right?
I really think so.
I
think she's there as close to the stadium as possible. She might drive into it.
Governor Laura Kelly from Kansas getting like dropped off at the door of the Allen Fieldhouse KU basketball game for like a KU K-State, like a pretty low profile. And she had like 5 security detail with her, like walking her in. Like if she's getting that kind of treatment for a Kansas governor, I think Taylor Swift's probably getting some pretty private access.
Schutte had some other interesting Taylor Swift stuff to say for the girls listening to this football podcast apparently today. He said last season the Chiefs would always put like multiple undercover cops like in her suite, next to her suite.
Oh, he said 3 rows worth, didn't he?
Is that what it was?
That's what I heard.
And eventually Taylor Swift was like, "Hey, we don't need to do all this. Like, I just want to enjoy the game like any other fan." And so they told her they removed the undercover cops. She's like, "But we still keep some in there around her." And then another cool thing was apparently she was in the suite directly below us. So, I mean, we couldn't see her or anything, but technically we were like within 80 feet of Taylor Swift last night.
Is that what that aura was? Is that what that was?
I caught a vibe at one point. Is that what it is?
I
felt major gas.
Major gas?
That's not how you word it, I think. Timon, how do you do, Jinsey?
I'm not even sure.
Well, the aura, yes. She has so much aura.
I just felt it. I was like when we were out like in the concession stand area, I was like, I feel like a normal person. And then all of a sudden I wouldn't call it levitating, but kind of, like just a little bit of like buoyancy, like just a little bit tough to keep your feet on the ground. So maybe that's what that was.
That was probably it.
Yeah.
She was down there.
I felt it. So
we were so close.
That is kind of fun to think about. Like
she was below us.
Like if a bomb, like
I was thinking about it.
Yeah. If it killed her, it'd probably kill us too.
Or it was like above us and kind of like some wreckage, like knocked us into her suite.
I would save her.
We rescue her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because she's Taylor Swift, just because I'm a good human.
Yep.
Like, I don't care if she's Taylor Swift or Donna Kelsey or...
I was going to say, I'll rescue Donna, you rescue Taylor. I think that makes the most sense.
We saw Donna Kelsey pregame. Taller than you think.
Yeah, she is. Big girl.
Yeah. I'm talking like pushing 6 foot.
Oh, for sure. I think she's like your size.
Yeah. Like if we went up to, like we did Oklahoma drill, me and Donna Kelsey, I might lose.
I think if you were each wearing the same clothes and I only got to see you from behind, I'd be like, take your pick.
It's kind of like Dwight when he has all those disguises in the office of people.
And he turns around.
If I had a Donna Kelsey jersey on or a Donna Kelsey wig, and I turn around, it's like, whoa, how'd you do that?
Yeah. She should be playing somewhere.
I could body double as Donna.
You'd play for the Trailblazers. Look like an athlete.
Trailblazers of all teams. So anyway, park, get there, walk into the pavilion. It was funny. Like we were even talking to our contact, Tipa is her name. And she's like, when you get there, we'll be so excited that you're finally here. She's like, not like that. Like we're not like,
we'll be waiting on you guys.
We've been waiting on you guys, but not like in a bad way.
Just like they are physically, they're waiting for you guys.
Right.
And that was fun. You had made the point. You're like, it's fun to have people know our names. And we probably instantly 3 different people. Hey, you're Jake and Brad. Come right here. Hey, Jake and Brad, we need you over here. Hey, get your t-shirts. Hey, Jake and Brad, we're going to get a picture right here. I was like, this is cool. We're just getting tugged away.
Is that how you feel on tour most of the time? Or is it like...
No one knows my name on tour.
It's small enough.
They say, hey,
yeah,
where's your badge?
What are you doing here?
Oh, sorry. I'm one of the guys. I've been here 3 times already today. I thought you knew me. Sorry.
We talked about your kids earlier, man. I don't know.
I'm the guy. I had headphones on.
Oh, yeah. It's
what
me.
About now?
Yeah. Okay, so this was different for you too.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I love the Ville too. The pavilion?
We call it, pavilion, the Ville.
The Ville, dude, was nice.
it cracked me up, and maybe it wasn't like, maybe it was just an act that you were doing, but like as we were walking in, like it's like you're like, we need to get to the pavilion, and the people even confirmed like that's the pavilion, but it said on the outside like, you know, chapel, Hunt Family Chapel or something, and you're like, this is the chapel, this isn't the pavilion, and then you know, this guy's like, hey, yeah, we're in here. Oh, chapel's also the pavilion. You know, and we're walking in. You're like, okay, pavilion. I just feel like you use the pavilion word so many times.
I think it's just how I talk. Been with Rachel for 3 years now. I think I've just
and so yeah, we
talk different.
Nicknamed it the Ville.
Pavilion is nice.
It was fun. Yeah, we walk in. My stress over the red carpet was as predicted. So dumb.
I have a picture. So 2 things to say. One, I'm gonna text you guys a picture of Brad that I got emailed on the red carpet. We put on the screen right now. 2, you'll notice there is no picture of me I'm sending because it didn't make the cut.
What?
I don't know what happened.
Did we get one? We took one together?
Yes, there's one of us together.
Really?
I don't have that, but yeah, I thought it showed the solo of you.
They didn't like the goofiness?
Yeah, I was going like YouTube thumbnail, arms out.
This is crazy.
Open mouth smile.
Yeah.
And it didn't get emailed. So
really?
Just you in the pockets.
That's weird. Was there only one of me?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of you, one of us together.
Interesting.
And then all the other people. Dante Hall was like right before us, though. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So Dante Hall, for all those who don't know, is a Chiefs legend. Those girls, the flag football girls, didn't know who he was.
Yeah, the UK guys. What did he say? He goes, "Who's that? Who's the geezer catching the balls?" And I was like, "Oh, that's like he was like a really good Chiefs player like 20 years ago."
Yeah, I was trying to remember exactly what it was. So, anyway, okay. So we're chronologically.
We get to the Ville.
We're in the Ville. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. We see Rob Riggle. We see Donna Kelsey. We're hanging out.
There's burgers. Not Good Ranchers, though.
Oh, what a bummer that is. I wish they were Good Ranchers.
If they're Good Ranchers, that'd be awesome. Because you know
what?
Good Ranchers doesn't have any antibiotics or hormones in any of their meat.
Well, surely they like vaccinate their.
That's a funny thing to say. No antibiotics or hormones. Well, surely they make up for it with vaccinations.
Yeah, surely they just inject it with a bunch of other things, right?
Nope, that's the thing. Not even seed oils.
No? Seed oils are, and that's not a ticking time bomb. That is a no noise.
Hey, Bo, get that out of your mouth.
Those are bad.
Who's in charge? Good Ranchers is in charge.
Yeah, the lack of seed oils is in charge. Yeah.
I feel like the last 6 times I've done a Good Ranchers ad, it started off very weird every time. I'm going to try to be better.
Okay.
It's just, I will try to be better. But I am going to finish it up. Presidential promo. Subscribe to any Good Ranchers box today with our code GRKC. Get a free add-on for 4 years. Or until the next election.
Wait, 4 years?
4 years more until, or 4 free add-on years.
52 weeks in a year, 4 years in 4 years.
One leap year for every 4 years.
208 weeks worth of free
in one day.
What? So it's like, what's 208? Like just $1 per week probably for the add-on. I mean, that would be amazing.
Oh, no, it's a free add-on.
But you have to pay for taxes or shipping or...
You have to pay for taxes. Or, sorry, not on the add-on.
Not
the add-on. Sorry.
It's completely free $99.
I was like, don't think this is like some... So they're technically a church. So there's no taxes at any point.
They have their 501(c), right?
Don't ask. Yeah. No, for the add-on, no tax.
Wow.
Straight to jail. Chicken breast, ground beef, bacon, salmon, all American, all delicious. GRKC will get you $25 off that first box when you subscribe today, plus free shipping, plus your free add-on. So it's American meat delivered. Get it delivered to you. Good Ranchers emailed us yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, whenever that was. It said 3 more months.
3 more months, which is 3 free months of add-ons for you.
Yep, a lot more deals coming your guys' way. So we're excited, and I'm excited. We get more chicken.
Dude. Yeah, let us know, guys, in the comments. Do you like the better than organic chicken box or the whole chicken box more? They both have their advantages, and I don't know. I'm torn.
And both breast, yes.
Oh, breasts, yes, they're both a breast. So get them, GRKC for your discount today. GoToRanchers.com. American meat delivered. So we are in the pavilion. We're hanging out. We're in the Ville. You know, rubbing elbows with everybody.
I had my first Coke Zero of the day at this point.
And that was probably about as expensive as one of those add-ons for Good Ranchers for the next 4 years, right?
It was. Tax-free.
Can we just talk about real quick, sidebar, the difference between a cold can and a cold bottle?
Can wins every time.
By 30 30 times over.
Why is that? Is it the material? Is it the way you sip?
Yep.
I don't know.
It's all of
It's
it.
so crispy out of a can.
I think it's both because I think like they have those aluminum bottles for beer and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't get excited about that.
Really?
And maybe it's because it's beer, but but I it's just like, yeah, there's something about like the aluminum cans that just get you going.
And it's good portion control too. It's like I don't need 20 ounces of soda right now. 60 ounces, 12. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet spot.
It just feels right.
And it's free.
And it's free.
So yeah.
And it just feels colder for
Yep.
longer. And oh, it was fun.
It was awesome.
So yeah, we had some Coke Zero, met a few people, ready to go. And they're like, all right, we need all of our talent, heading out.
Follow me.
I was like, all right, it's us. Of course, I'm so used to this. You know my name. Yeah, let's do this. And so yeah, it felt like most of the people that we were doing it with, it was gold team versus red team. Jake was gold, I was red. So we were pitted against each other. We stopped talking to each other. We were like, hey, we should probably.
Hey, this is a big deal.
Yeah, we cussed each other out in the bathroom real quick, and then we're like, all right, it's time to go. But I felt like most of the other people were from UK. Yeah?
UK, yeah?
Yeah? Maybe
no.
not.
Kansas City mainly.
There was a lot of UK people, but maybe not that were competing in the thing.
Yeah, I think the NFL UK is like its own entity, and they brought in a lot of people to this first game.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were up to.
They had a whole posse of people walking with them.
Yeah, you got a posse, bruv.
But this guy on my team, his name was Forms, golly, with a Z. I made the mistake of calling him Flips at one point. I go, that's why they call you Flips. And he's like, it's Forms, brah. Frick. Just be the cool guy next time, Brad. Just be quiet. We were doing that flip cup thing. I was like, that's why they call you Flips.
That's a perfect nickname for you.
That's awesome. It's Forms, bro. Oh, okay. Good to talk to you, man. Also, this guy did not understand my sarcasm at one point. We're walking over there. I don't know why I even asked this because I don't have any follow-up if he says anything besides London, but I was like, what part of the UK are you from? London. Like if he would have said Worcestershire, I don't know where that is.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, is that like known for
landlocked?
For its good milk or what? London. And I go, oh, I've heard of it. I thought that was funny. Like, of course. And he's like, oh, really? Yeah. It's one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest cities. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, you really leaned into the Americans are dumb stereotype, and he believed you.
I guess so.
Like, yeah, Americans don't know much.
And then I tried to make up for it, be like, yeah, I spent like a week in London. I loved it, man. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah.
He's like, that's probably why you've heard of it.
That's
like,
you remember it then, yeah?
I know.
But then he was like asking me what I did. I was like kind of embarrassed of like, because I just did all the touristy things.
I'm like,
Piccadilly Circus and I don't know, saw those lions. Big Ben, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Saluted the guy. At
Took a picture in the phone booth. Did a Shakespeare bike tour.
That's basically it. So we're walking to where these games. So what we got invited to, I can't remember how much we've communicated this, but they're like the Tailgate games. There's like 4 games that we're going to be playing. And I'm trying to be just the most people pleaser, rule follower. I'm on Trinity's tail. I'm right there with her.
You were.
I didn't miss a step.
At one point, I was talking to
Forms?
Facts/Forms. And I was like, yeah, it's me and my friend up. And I was like, oh, the guy's way up there. You were a good, 40 steps ahead of us.
Such a people pleaser. Didn't want to let her down. That was a mistake. That was
Why is that?
This is a mistake. Mistake 1B for me of the night was being so readily available to play this first game. Because Priscilla, she got out of it because she was lagging back behind in the crew. So we show up to like they've kind of fenced off this area, very tiny spot. We should have had more space. But and so fans are kind of around this gated area that are tailgating. They're here to watch this big production. They got cameras there, they got lights, and they got a bunch of people in jerseys that are like all the producers. Everyone's on headsets. And immediately you could tell this is chaos because as soon as I get there, I'm the first one there. Like, hey, are you competing? All right, we need you right now. We're live in 90 seconds. We need you right now.
Live in 90 seconds?
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, we're doing this. I mean, we have no prep. We have no instruction. Just like we're live in 90 seconds. I was like, wow, this is unorganized. And so they're like, all right, first one we're doing, barbecue sauce relay. So let's get red team. Let's get gold team. And I was like, man, this is the one I really did not want to do. And
it was described to us. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
But it was described to us as like, yeah, this obstacle course where you be holding barbecue sauce, I think, and then you dump it in, and obviously you're going to lose some barbecue sauce along the way, and whoever's team has the most barbecue sauce at the end wins. A little bit tougher than that. Not quite the exact same thing.
This was, in the moment, I was a good sport about everything, but having slept on it now, thinking about like people were in charge of coming up with these games. How many times in our lives have we been in charge of people's experience, coming up with games, coming up with fun, coming up with something that's going to look good on camera? This was a terrible idea because it's hot. It's 97 degrees. The game is put a wobbly XXL football helmet on your head with a cup, like a cup attached to the top of it. And then you're going to have barbecue sauce filled to the brim on top of that cup. And then you have to bunny hop through a ladder, like a ladder drill on the ground, and then go through an obstacle course and then dump it. And immediately, so yes, we did get to wear like some painters, like smocks.
Yeah, you look like in Willy Wonka and Charlie Chocolate Factory. Like they had those, like they go that one room where they all have to wear all white.
The TV room? Is that what it is?
Maybe so, yeah. Mike TV.
Yeah, it's an old memory. But, well, like I said, 97 degrees, pretty warm in the suit. Then you throw the helmet on. I mean, it's just so hot.
But hey, you're starting 90 seconds, right?
90 seconds, so we're about to go. Get it on.
You look like, you were in a hazmat suit, essentially.
Yeah.
A white hazmat.
Yeah, we got a 2319.
Hilarious.
And it does not start in 90 seconds. It does not start in 5 minutes. The sauna lasts about 9 or 10 minutes.
Well, Forms is freaking out. He's like, hey, man. Hey, bro. My zip. I broke my zip. We got any more of these things? I got my zip broken.
This zip is rubbish.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're just baking. We're just a little sweatsuit. And then we get going, and poor Megan had it worse than we did. Because Megan, so they're like, on our whistle. Well, we got all these fans behind us, a couple of class clowns. They're like, go, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're like fake whistling. One time they actually get both of them just go on the fake whistle. So Megan starts hopping. And they're like, no, we didn't say go. She's got barbecue sauce all over her face. And they're like, all right, hold. And then we hold for another 3 minutes. And I mean, it's just seeping there. While she's just waiting to go.
And this girl is just there because her sister-in-law works for the Chiefs. Like I think she was like late edition, like, hey, you got to come do this, please. Like,
yeah. So you had already talked to her and gotten to know her.
Yeah.
When I was talking to her afterwards, it's like, so Megan, how'd you get into this? Brad goes, a little nepotism.
Little nepotism.
And I thought you were joking. I was like, oh, is your last name Hunt? She's like, my last name isn't Hunt, but my sister-in-law does. I was like, Brad knows. Okay. It was nepotism.
Her and Niall, the bronze medalist UK guy, I think they both jumped the gun and had all this stuff all over them.
So that was worse, but basically it's just inevitable. Like you have to bounce with full barbecue sauce. And so, yeah, my first bounce, it's just all over my face. And I noticed like, oh, there's meat in here. Not that that's a big issue.
What?
But it reminds me of like, the soap with the beads.
Meat?
Like your little chunks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I wasn't nervous from like an allergy perspective, but just, like the soap. It's just like, it's a worse version of the soap.
Really?
If I'm going to have barbecue sauce on my face, in my mouth, I don't want...
Right.
I don't want little beads in there.
Yeah,
I
you're
want
getting
little meat in there.
exfoliated by some pork right now.
Yeah. And so it was just not really even fun in the moment doing it. Just because it's just barbecue is everywhere. It's all over my shoes. I get down and my shoes look like I threw up all over myself because there's just brown splatter, orange splatter all over my shoes.
Yeah, our shoes are ruined.
They didn't protect those. And I did have a Odell one-handed catch.
Yep.
Which I talked to my friends and they said it did not get televised. That part was not on
it.
camera, but that's all right.
Yeah,
and,
that was, the idea was like, bunny hop, go slalom through these things, which an obstacle course that has 2 obstacles is funny by itself. Like just like at least do the bunny hop at the end to make it to where you have some left. I don't know. It's just it was just whatever. I mean, it's easy to critique other people. I'm sure they got a lot of stuff going on, but then at the very end, you're supposed to be holding this football the whole time and throw the football back. And so this UK gymnast is the first one. He's a bronze medalist gymnast, like an athlete. He goes and then he chucks the football back to Jake. And that football is going straight towards the huge bucket of exfoliating barbecue sauce. And I think if you didn't catch that ball, because I was one of the ones filling up the.
Yeah, you're a bucket pourer.
I was cup boy.
Cup bearer.
And so I was cup bearing for my team. And I think if you didn't catch that ball was almost for sure going into this bucket.
Yeah.
And so you saved the day there.
So yeah, it was just a bummer to start the day that way. We're already so hot and so sweaty, and now I have barbecue sauce all over me. As I'm starting to take stuff off, I take a big inhale, and then it's up my nose.
Oh,
and that
wow.
was so miserable. I mean, I couldn't get out there fast, but my hands are dirty. So I'm just trying to blow snot rockets without much that I can use, and it was just.
They had towels. To be fair, they were
hand towels.
The size. They were the size of a piece of paper.
Just to be completely honest, it was not fun. Starting the day like that, just covered in sauce.
I will say, I think you hit it well. I didn't feel like you were miserable. I didn't know anything about the nose thing.
It's just all right, I will play along for this. But man, why did they do this?
Yeah, and they were trying. They just asked for volunteers for the barbecue sauce game, and I was like, I don't think I'm the best obstacle course guy for my team, and so I didn't. I was like, you go ahead, letting somebody else do it, and I'm glad I did for multiple reasons. Yeah,
you still got some splatter on the joggers, though.
I got a ton. I was very messy, but at least I was not as sweaty and hot, sticky.
Yeah, didn't have any on your face, which is nice.
Right. Yeah. So that was game number one.
Yeah,
set the precedent well, and it was just like you said. Anytime you've done production stuff like this, it's a little bit chaotic. But I was surprised at how many people there were there, and how many people it seemed like didn't know exactly what was going on.
It seemed very, very scattered.
Yeah.
Very scattered.
I don't know, at the end of the day, even after being there for whatever we were, 45 minutes or an hour or whatever, I don't know who was in charge.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know who's in charge or who called the shots or who. Yeah, it was just chaos.
Yeah.
And clearly they put a lot of money into this. They're flying people in, NBC's involved, they got agencies, and
right.
Everyone there is more famous than us.
Right.
Yeah, they paid them a lot of money probably. Rob Riggle, Heidi Gardner. Man, y'all could have put a good production team on this that could knock this out.
That was a great point. So Heidi Gardner, SNL girl, on a bunch of commercials right now, not saying she's famous by any means, but I bet if you Googled her right now, you'd be like, oh, I recognize her.
Yeah.
She's famous for Kansas City. We have a pretty low standard for famous. And so, but this guy, this production guy, we'll call him producer, came up to a different girl in our group and was like, all right, Heidi Gardner, come on with me. And she's like, I'm not Heidi Gardner.
I'm black. So.
And it was just one of those hilarious, we don't have that many celebrities, so Heidi Gardner's one of them. So you should probably know who that is if you're working this event as the main guy or whatever. So, then we did a few other events. What was it? They
were supposed to do this burger preparing competition, scrap the burger.
No more burger. And they had it all right there ready to go and everything.
Oh, yeah.
The burgers are done. You're good.
All the toppings. Yeah, look good.
Yeah, you joked you're not going to get a burger right now.
Brad, you don't think you'll just make one yourself, do you?
I'm thinking about it. Free burger. And then what was the second one?
It was the dumb football toss one.
That's right.
It was all right, you can it was blindfolded football toss. It was these female flag football players are throwing. They each get a coach who guides them. Brad was the coach. All right, left, right, up, down. But they're all right, these 3 targets are worth 1, 2, or 3 points. Or you could throw to Dante Hall, the Chiefs' Ring of Honor wide receiver, and he is able to move around and catch it. It's why would you not just do that?
Well, then all of a sudden, no, it was they explained the 1, 2, 3 points thing, and then they're like, you'll be blindfolded, so you coach where to throw it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, actually, the team captain is going to be the one throwing in the rings, and you just throw to Dante Hall. I was like, and I'm supposed to coach her on how to throw straight?
A 15-yard throw. I bet she could knock it out.
And so literally the entire time, I was just like, that's good. You're perfect.
Keep doing that.
Keep throwing. You're on a good pace. Oh, that's good. Good. A little short on that one. That's good. Good job.
Oh, that was a little too. He still caught it, so I guess good. It doesn't matter.
Oh, he's a good. He can catch. That's his whole thing that he does.
Okay.
Catch.
Yeah, he caught punts, and kicks for a year. Okay. Good.
Good.
Perfect.
You're doing great. Keep going. Good. It's what do you want me to do here?
Now it's our team's turn. Our team captain, 30 minutes in, still hasn't showed up yet. He's not here, so they're like, all right. Funny Marco, you're going to throw for the gold team too.
Same team, yeah.
It was just so, just chaos.
It was
just
great.
Funny.
Yeah, it was just hey, I'm glad to be here. This is fun, but this is also just so silly.
We heard from my parents, other people who were watching, that you did make it on. I don't know how much I made it on, but they did interview you.
They interviewed me after the barbecue competition. They're like, clearly you're the heart and soul of this competition. What was your strategy on this thing? And I was like, I think I said some stupid thing. I was trying to be I didn't want to be the annoying guy that's so stupid, but trying too hard.
Well, apparently, we had enough barbecue sauce.
Here's how we do it. No, I was just I don't know. I said something about like, I've never been much for speed, so I'm more about consistency. And the tortoise run that won this race or something like that. And who was your NFL, inspiration for this? I'm like, of course we're at the Chiefs game. I'm going to say, or what NFL coach was your inspiration? I'm like, Andy Reid.
Why would I say anything other than a Chiefs coach right now?
Yeah. What do you want me to say, dude? So anyway, it was apparently those guys, I didn't get to see any of the broadcast, obviously, but those guys, people were like, they didn't do a great job either. And
that was most of the feedback I got from people who watch. Like, how was it? Were you on there? They would say, my mom actually, kind of savage. I said, did my one-handed catch make it or this or this? I like 3 other things that were like noteworthy. And she was like, no, that would have been too good of entertainment. I guess it was just like not well done.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people, non-ghosties, watched it. How many non-ghosties were tuned into that? But
I'm going to send Atipa a follow-up text today. Thanks for everything. And I screen recorded our Facebook page. It's like, look how much engagement we're getting. Like, people are fired up that we're a part of this.
Love it. Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be more.
Oh, they were fun. Atipa, salt of the earth. Just so sweet.
She's great. And then Trinity, other point of contact, Brad found out that she's in charge of like influencer relations.
And yeah,
hello, that's us.
You want somebody to influence you? Yeah. How did I describe it last night? I was just like, I was like the desperate, the overzealous boyfriend.
We can do anything you need ever for you.
Like sometimes it's like, hey, play it cool, act bigger than you are, fake it till you make it. This one I was like, we live 20 minutes away from here. We love the Chiefs so much. We will say yes to anything you ask us to do.
Try and invite us to something we say no to.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, she was hopefully receptive. So anyway.
Back to the tailgate. We're done. What was the third game?
Flip Cup.
Oh, Flip Cup. Yeah.
Luckily, we're sheltered kids. Like I asked Jake last week, I was like, how many times have you played Flip Cup in your life? You're like, I think 0. I was like, yeah, me too.
I double checked with the guy next to me how to do it. I was like, which side do I do?
All these British guys didn't know how to do it either. And so I was like, okay, cool. We're all just kind of, doing this together. It was
just a very simple Flip Cup relay. The games could have been so much more fun.
Just take minute to win it games that are proven to be awesome.
Yeah.
And just change them a little bit to be Chiefs games.
Yeah. And get the crowd into it. Yeah, just so many things I would play some music, just enhance every aspect of this. Let the crowd know what's happening. Like,
right. In my head,
have a megaphone, have a loudspeaker. Like, it was all quiet.
In my head, it was like going to be an elevated surf, like a stage that we were going to be on.
Yeah.
And there was going to be people that had access to this free tailgate, 100 people or whatever, 1,000, I don't know, whatever. And instead there was 50 people maybe watching us in this like secluded part of the parking lot. Not secluded, but like, not like main area or anything. So it was, I think from what I understand, it was way more intention to be like online.
A live stream.
Yeah. So
there'll be more years. It'll get better at it. But so we're done with everything and we're just going to stand around. I'm still sticky, gross, by the way. And Brad kind of looks down. He's like, well, take some things with me.
Yeah.
Head out of here.
I was like, I think I'm going to take that football. Yeah.
Because it's like the official NFL football, the Duke.
Yeah. I was trying to describe it to Catherine. She's like, that's cool, I guess. I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, these are like pretty cool. Like,
like $120 balls.
Yeah.
And they've got barbecue sauce and dirt all over them. And Brad, oh yeah, he still has it.
Yeah, baby. Catherine's like, you need to wash that off. It's going to attract bugs. I was like, maybe. She's like, no, it will attract bugs. It's going to Jake's house, so it's fine. Look at that. It's game worn. Game worn football. The Duke. Look at that. If you didn't know any better, that would look like it's like played in the NFL.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just barbecue sauce and a little bit of Arrowhead tailgate dirt.
Yeah.
But
that is a good point, Catherine. Thank you for the bugs point.
Yeah. I'll wash it off for you. Anyway, it's got even a Chiefs logo on there and everything.
That's pretty nice.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, Brad got one. I was like, hey, I see one over here. Take a little Duke myself.
Take a little Duke. I took some little foam footballs for the kids.
Yeah, some other SUVs. So that was fun. We grab our souvenirs. We walk back and we put our stuff down. We back to the truck, back to the ES lot, and we're getting dressed again. That was the point where I took the selfie on my Instagram story where our shirts were off, and it felt so good because that was when the cold front blows in. So not only do I finally get out of my nasty barbecue sweaty shirt, but you just get to like feel the breeze for the first time. The rain is coming in, the storm's coming in, and I didn't care. I feel like Lieutenant Dan on top of the boat. I was like, bring it on.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And then we walked back into the stadium, and or walked back into the Ville, and everyone's telling us, you got to check out the Ford Tailgate. Ford Tailgate's pretty fun. Oh, okay, we'll go to the Ford Tailgate.
Yeah, you got access to that too,
Yeah,
you just tell them your name and they'll get you another bracelet. And we're like, cool.
Yeah, the public also has access to the Ford Tailgate. It was not cooler than the Ville.
No, the Ville was way more exclusive.
Yeah, Ville was awesome.
It was great. And so much Coke Zero at the Ville. It was the Bud Light tailgate. We didn't want Bud Lights.
I want the Coke Zero cream soda Chick-fil-A tailgate.
Yeah, give me the Dasani and Coke Zero tailgate, please, with the nacho chips. I don't care about the beer.
We're almost to the Ford Tailgate. I'm gonna try to find this post. Where is it at? And I took a lot of pictures. I feel like I had one of everything.
Yeah.
I had a mood swings photo. I had a girl who knew me a guy who knew me from stand up at the Ford Tailgate. A girl who knew me from Chicken and Pickles specifically, and then a ghostie's husband, Rachel DeBear. Rachel DeBear.
DeBear.
Her husband found us, unfortunately, right as it really started raining. I don't know if he could tell, but we were like really trying to take some cover, and he's like, "This is crazy that I'm seeing you guys right now." So like, obviously, we stopped and talked to her for a little bit, but. Rachel's husband, we would have talked to you more if it wasn't raining.
Yes.
And I'd already just gone through the elements earlier in the day. But we still talked, took a selfie. And then just absolute downpour for probably an hour. Just an hour of really heavy rain.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, maybe it was that long. But we found some shelter in the Ford Tailgate, which was really nice.
Hey, you drive it Ford?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm one of you. We're all the same here. Brother. And then the shelter went away.
Yeah, about 20 minutes in. Like, guys, we got to take it down. We got to take it. Everybody out. We got to take this down. Guys behind us are trying to like fight via like insurance claim.
That was great. That was a great conversation.
I tell you what, you kick us out of here, we get struck by lightning. You're in a world of hurt, brother.
Yeah, you are liable if we get struck by lightning and you force us out of here. And the guy's like, okay, if you go to the stadium and you get struck by lightning,
they were both
like,
making good points.
That's different. That's different because they're not forcing us to go into the stadium. You're forcing us out of here. And I'm like, don't stop talking to this guy, whatever. But I just kept like, let's call their bluff. Let's just stay here until they force us out. And then finally they did force us out more or less.
And we sprinted.
And it felt like right when the rain really started coming down is when we got forced out. And it was like, this is ridiculous, but also I guess this is your job to shut this thing down.
So it was a Mother's Day out, type downpour. And we got soaked. We were wet for the second time today. But we got to the stadium. Our tickets worked, no problem. But around that time, we start to get in, and the TVs are all saying due to inclement weather, game's been delayed. So we're just kind of chilling and just waiting for a while. And that's when we ran into Andrew Schutte, got to talk to him, and just kind of hung out for probably an hour and a half, dried off. And I don't know, not too many stories after that. After that, I think the game. Oh, I know our one final mistake. Brad and I separately each went into the women's bathroom.
Yeah, that was a big old biff.
I got one step in, and then I ran into like a woman. I was like, oh, I'm not in the right spot.
These days, though, why not?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I had a Bud Light in my hands. I was like, no, it's cool.
Okay, was it the same thing? This is what happened to me. Yeah, that's so funny. So halftime, minute left before half, Jake's like, time for chicken tenders? And I was like, perfect, let's go right now. Let's beat the line. And so we're walking out. Some girl, chicken and pickle girl.
Oh my gosh.
Jake Triplet. Oh, hey.
Gosh.
And so I'm like, Jake said chicken tenders. I'm going to let him talk. This girl doesn't know me, it seems like. So I'm going to let him talk. I'm going to go get chicken tenders for both of us. Just beat the line. Then I go to this line. I get to the front of it, and they don't have chicken tenders. And I'm like, I don't know what. I'm not going to assume Jake wants a $18 pizza, and then you'd be like,
backup?
Actually, no, I don't really want this pizza.
I want a Bavarian pretzel.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's how I would have reacted.
Oh, please. You didn't get the cheese with it? and so I was like, so I literally was like, never mind. I'm not going to get any food here. Just press cancel on this thing. And the guy's like, you just want to cancel it? I was like, yeah. And so I was like, I'll go to the bathroom and then let Jake get his own chicken tenders. And so what happened to me is I saw the women's room on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I saw the women's room
design.
door right here as I'm walking towards it on the right. And so I see women's. And so then there's another door to the left.
Oh, the opposite of that.
Right.
It's exactly what I did.
It's always like one and the same in my head, And so I'm like, okay, women's room to the right, men's room to the left. So I turn left, and that's like the exit. It's like, a half circle kind of thing for each. And so I walk in, I turn the corner, and there's just 18 women washing their hands.
Oh, you got more in than I did.
Oh, really? Yeah, dude, I saw it, dude. Everything you imagine about a women's room is wrong. It's just like women going to the bathroom and washing their hands just like men. But it was like, what the? And I think my exact noise was, oh, oh, and just turned around and briskly walked out of there.
So I don't know that's happening. Meanwhile, while Brad's in line for the chicken dinners, I'm also exploring the women's bathroom. And then I go to the concession stand line. I don't pay attention. I get to the front of the line. They don't have chicken tenders where I'm at either. So I'm like, I guess I'll take the pizza. So we had the same exact experience separately in different times. It's
like
so
I texted
funny.
Jake thinking like, this is kind of a funny thing. Like, hey, I was trying to get it, but they didn't have chicken tenders. Just you're on your own. Also, I just walked into the women's restroom and you're like, dude, me too.
The exact same two things.
So I want to know if you're ever on the club level of the Chiefs game, have you ever walked into the women's restroom? Because maybe it's a normal thing.
I think that was our last mistake of the night, though. We made a couple parking. I think we would do it differently. You know, I think I would have somehow weaseled my way out of the barbecue relay if I could do it over again. And then the women's restroom was another biff. But after that,
The Ford tailgate was a mistake.
going to the Ford tailgate was a biff.
We the pavilion, the grass is always greener on the other pavilion. You know, like it was just like, oh, like
We had it so good. Donna Kelsey and Coke Zeros.
and
Why'd
then
we leave?
And then we went into the game too early. Like that was all one big mistake of like, man, we could be at the. I even was like thinking about it, like
Brad wanted to go back to the Ville.
3 different times we were like, we shouldn't leave the stadium. I was asking Shooty, like, is it possible to even get back in? He's like, maybe if you talk to these people. I was like, all right, we won't do it. And then like 5 minutes later, I kept being like, should we do it though?
Maybe real quick. I was
those
like, you
Coke Zeros
can.
were calling my name.
I'm not.
I know. I could just tell. Like, I'm like, one for all for one for all. We're staying together. But I was like,
Like, we're in the stadium.
I'm such a cheapskate. $7.49 for a Coke Zero. I could get 3 for free right now. So anyway, it was a great game though.
It really was a great game. It was really fun.
I got a little teary. The national anthem.
I didn't quite. I will admit I've gotten like goosebumpy emotional at previous Chiefs games if there's like a really fun like hype video or I don't know.
Yeah.
This time I was just locked in on the B-2 bomber. Did you see stats about it afterwards, like on Twitter or anything? It's a very rare bird. It's like there's only like 51 of them in the world or something like that.
Wow. No, I didn't.
I
know
just thought we'd make 1,000 planes a day or something.
that is a good point. Like
It's a rare plane.
Really?
We'll look it up again. Get some stats for you.
51 of them.
Something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the whole thing. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, mess with America, see what happens, kind of thing.
That's how you're
like,
feeling?
Well, just like this, like America, we are so blessed to live in America. Talking to these British people, like, you guys have B-2 bombers like that? I bet they're different. I bet they have weird, you probably drive them on the right side of the bomber, like.
I did on my story. I filmed it and I said, God bless America. I was fired up on it.
It was the national anthem for the American national anthem is unbelievably awesome. And the whole thing, it's just a wonderful experience. And you knew the Chiefs thing was coming and you see the B-2 bomber and it was so quiet. Like it was stealth. There was nothing
Stealthy. It wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
I found the tweet. One of them cost $2 billion. Maybe that's why we haven't made more. $2 billion's insane. There's actually no way that can be true. That must count like the research it took to do it years leading up to it. Because how could parts alone on something that could fit in a house, how can that cost $2 billion? Kind of metal are we making this out of?
Yeah, great
What kind
point.
of technology is in it?
Great
$2 billion
point.
for the technology?
Great point.
BS.
Somebody's price gouging big time.
Yeah, you got to find a B-2 bomber guy.
Surely nothing
I would
costs $2 billion. I mean,
Like, oh yeah, guys, Timon's here. Timon's here.
Hey, time. Guys. Let's undercut him, sell him for 1.25
Let's make our own.
and do just fine. Let's war dogs this thing.
Only 21 ever built. Wow. I was off.
Wow. That's pretty cool to say we've seen one of 21 of anything.
And then this is pretty impressive because it didn't seem that big. Can carry 16 nuclear bombs. You think it had any last night? I didn't see any. It was stealthy though. That's its thing.
Dude, that's even more cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So I just got fired up. It was just like there was anticipation in the air, obviously, for the NFL season, but then there was even like a little bit of micro anticipation because of the postponement, of the game. And so it was just like people were ready to yell and go nuts. And it was awesome.
Chiefs did great. Mahomes is back. Taylor Swift is back. Life is good.
Or is always there, baby.
We're floating.
We're floating. Crazy ending of the game. Literally, it seemed like they were about to tie it up, and he was 1 inch out of bounds.
Ravens should have put their best foot forward. Been seeing all sorts of puns and stuff like that. Did you see the ending, Timon? Have you seen anything?
Yeah, I watched a 15-minute recap thing.
Hey, Timon!
Oh, not bad.
Give us your analysis, Time.
I thought it was cool. I don't know.
That's awesome. Okay. No, I was kidding.
The one guy, Worthy, seemed really impressive.
Yes, Timon.
Good Timon.
That was pretty cool.
And you know he's a rookie.
Yeah, I
was his
heard.
first game
Jesse,
ever.
my brother told me that. He knew that somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's his first
pretty
game
neat.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That run that he had was unbelievable.
Worthy. There were a lot of puns last night because our guy's name is Worthy. Their best player, his name is Likely.
Yeah.
So it was was he out of bounds? Likely.
Mm-hmm.
How many, like a picture of the back of his jersey, he's number 80. How many illegal formations are they going to call tonight? Likely 80.
Oh, nice.
Yep. You get it.
Are the Ravens going to beat the Chiefs ever again? And he put "not" in front of it. Not likely.
Toe.
Like
Toe. I'm trying to think of something with toe at the end. Big toe.
what toe?
Tomato, because his toe was out of bounds.
Oh.
Did you see Mahomes' post-game presser? He's like, should have worn white cleats.
Oh, I saw somebody say that, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
It's like, oh, that's kind of a good idea. Why don't we all do that?
It's
It's
true.
way harder to tell if you're out of bounds or not.
That is a great point.
Like completely white.
Because, I mean, it was one of those things where I was like, I always try to look at it objectively, and I'm like, I think he was truly out of bounds.
In the stadium, it was like, I'm pretty sure he's out of bounds. But then afterwards on Twitter, seeing the screenshots, like, oh, okay.
For
he
sure.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
I think just a great strategy in general, if you're at the game, is to just yell in excitement no matter what. Because it feels like the refs are a little bit like if the stadium's kind of quiet, they're like, I don't know. But if we're going nuts, it's like they're going to kill me if I say the wrong thing here. So anyway, it was just all around a fun time, man. I mean, it's just sweet being back with the Chiefs and yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things, once again, where it's just like, we just look good. We just look like we're going to have a lot of fun. Another Chiefs season. So.
Fun times.
Yeah. It was fun doing it with you, brother.
Yeah, it was.
I
We
was
had
like-
fun. We were just, the vibes were high. We were just in a good mood all day. It was just fun.
What did I tell you at one point? Like, we were like climbing up this hill, like back by this Sunday night football, like camper truck thing, going up to the pavilion, running late. And I was like, Jake, do you ever feel like you find yourself in these moments with anybody else? Because I feel like you and I find ourselves in
You're
these
like,
moments
how
a
did I
lot.
get here doing this?
But man, it was awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah, so we want to be able to tell you guys everything and our experience. And I'm good on barbecue sauce for a while. Oh, because when I went to wash my hands, they had no soap. So I really had barbecue sauce on my hands for a long time last night.
That was a little bit
It's like
tough, yeah.
even like drinking the Coke Zero, it's like I'm kind of still smelling
Really?
barbecue. I got to hold it from the bottom.
Yeah.
To tip it that way.
The women's bathroom didn't have much soap either. Apparently.
I look.
I will say that I am not quite in mid-season form as far as a fan yet. I was ready to yell at the beginning of that game. By the end of it, I was just sitting there, just enjoying it, watching the game.
Yeah, I was like, we got a podcast tomorrow.
I was like, oh, come on, guys, just hold them, please. Just win. I was not my best fan. You feel responsible when you're at the game.
I just hold them.
Please just stop Lamar Jackson, please. Like, just be motivated without me yelling,
Be
please.
likely to stop.
So yeah, I was just, I don't know, I was exhausted by the end of the night.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Couldn't fall asleep last night.
Really?
Didn't fall asleep till like 1:30, I bet.
Wow.
Like, just like so exhausted, but just like, why am I not falling asleep? I was thinking about the most random things. Like, at one point I realized I was thinking about cutting a hamburger for my kids with a fork. I don't know why.
It sounds like kind of like half dream, half conscious.
It was like, oh, you're asleep. Why would you be? Yeah, you can't. I'm not controlling thinking about that.
Yeah, I didn't choose to think about this.
But I'm like, wait, but am I awake? I don't think I'm asleep.
I tried to. Rachel was asleep on the couch. It was so cute, just like seeing her. The game or like the news is still on after the game. They're talking about the Chiefs, and she's asleep on the couch in her like Kelsey shirt. I was like, this is awesome. Like, she watches at home by herself, and she like put this shirt on. That's great. But I was like, I'm gonna like wake her up because I hadn't seen her all day. Like, we left before she got home from work, and anyway, I woke her up and her eyes did open, and she like smiled at me, but it wasn't like a smile like my husband's home. I haven't seen him all day. It was like a nice to meet you.
It was like a forced smile. Like I know I'm supposed to be happy all the time, so
didn't say anything. I was just like, hey, how's it going? She's kind of smiling and then kind of like starts blinking more, and then it's kind of just like asleep again. I was like, I guess she wasn't awake. I don't know. I feel like we maintained about 10 seconds worth of eye contact there, but nothing.
See ya.
And then this morning she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't wake up when you got home. And I was like, well, I actually did wake you up. And she's like, I don't even remember that. And I was like, I felt like you didn't. I felt like you weren't actually awake.
Sometimes that almost makes me feel better though, because then like sometimes I'll like get in bed and Catherine will start like moving around a bunch. I'm like, sorry for waking you up last night. She's like, I don't remember you coming in at all. You know, like it's like, okay, good.
Oh, great.
Because it feels like I woke you from your slumber.
Yeah.
You know, but
speaking of sports, Brad and I are going to a golf tournament.
who wants to come hang out with us in Denver/Castle Pines?
It's soon, actually. We should book our flights probably.
Yes, we'll book them today.
But yeah, we are going, and we're doing it with Healing Waters International.
Yes.
Now, remind me again, who are those guys?
Those are the guys that help provide clean water for the world.
That's right.
They're a nonprofit ministry. Looking just to go to the poorest parts of the world and provide people with water because it's a huge issue. There's a huge what is it?
I was going to say, I think the cost of a B-2 bomber, there's about that many people who don't have access to clean water to cook, to drink, whatever.
Right.
And so Healing Waters is just trying to help. I think it's a sad stat, but it's a true stat. 3 million children die of like a lack of clean water related death every year. And that's where Healing Waters steps in. They're trying to help. And so we are asking you guys to donate to their organization so they can help people groups who don't have access to clean water.
Yeah, their tagline says it all. Safe water changes everything. Imagine not having that. Imagine,
dude. You just think about my barbecue sauce yesterday.
Exactly.
No water.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I mean, let's talk about. There would be bugs.
There would be bugs,
and that bugs bring disease.
Yep.
Disease brings death. I mean, it's just being real. Like,
yeah, safe water helps.
And so if you go to give.healingwaters.org/ghostrunners, give.healingwaters.org/ghostrunners, you can donate. You can donate $30 right now. Straight up $30 gives one child drinking water for a year, clean drinking water for a year, safe drink. You can do it $25 a month. Think about $25 a month. Can you afford that? If you can provide safe water for children for a year. 10 children. I'm sorry. I'm struggling through this, but
yeah,
you get
it's
it.
All right. You're doing great. Yeah. So up to you guys, whatever you want to donate, whatever you feel led to do, we would really appreciate it. give.healingwaters.com/ghostrunners.
.org.
Gosh, now I'm struggling.
Safewateropen.com if you want to.
Yes.
If you want to learn about what we're doing, the golf tournament, we're going to be there Thursday, September 19th. There is a dinner afterwards, I believe. We'd love to have you join for dinner. We'd love to have you watch us be very mediocre at golf.
Yeah, I'm going to be bad.
You're going to be so much better than me, though.
Since, I don't know, June? Yeah, I don't think I've golfed since June because of the mallet, and now I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
I need to golf once before then.
Okay, we'll go.
Try to figure it out.
Anyway, come hang out with us in Castle Pines, Colorado.
Castle Pines.
Thursday, September 19th for give.healingwaters.org/ghostrunners. We love them. Thank you guys for, just giving to that wonderful ministry, making a difference. It's cool to see that our podcast is doing something that it makes eternal difference for people. So anyway.
I know we always come in here and talk about the construction update, and I don't know how interesting that is to you guys, but they're laying asphalt now, so it smells good outside, and it feels like they got to be close to get done.
Yeah.
It's no more rubble and rock. It is now black.
And you got a curb. Did we talk about that yet?
And I have a curb.
A nice curb.
Nice looking curb.
Yeah.
But the main update on this is last week, as just different things are happening, Monday, they kind of shut down the road. This is when I think maybe when I text you guys, like, hey, you're going to have to park somewhere else, just a heads up when you come here. And then Tuesday still can't get in. Wednesday still can't get in. By Friday, I was like, because I like to think Rachel and I, for sure, both are like very adaptable people. Like, I don't even know I'm being bothered or like annoyed. You have to do it like several times in a row before I even notice, like, oh, I've been inconvenienced for a few days. I didn't even really notice it. Well, 5 days in is when I noticed. I was like, wait, yeah, we haven't been able to charge our cars for 5 days. Rachel and I both have electric cars. It's very important that we like charge overnight, or else it becomes a major inconvenience. It's a hassle, whatever. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to go full Karen. I'm going to send them a little email.
Okay,
Well,
you
let
have a
them know.
contact there? Yeah.
Yeah, so I had there's like a construction manager, a project manager, and then I found like a person who works for the city of Shawnee. I want to copy them all in an email. Me and ChatGPT cook something up together. Just like, hey, I feel like I've been very patient with the, dude, I could have rattled off like 20 things. I was like, that feels like full Karen. But I could have been like, look, I've been very patient with the, the construction project and the Wi-Fi being shut off at times and the water being shut off and the electricity being shut off and the constant requests to move our car and the lack of parking and the trash service not working sometimes and the packages that often don't arrive. And, I could have just kept going and I was like, I'm not going to do that. But I have been patient. But I was told when this project was first announced that it was illegal to block our driveway. You've now been blocking our driveway for 5 straight days and we're unable to charge our car.
Yeah.
This is leading to, massive inconvenience as well as like money coming out of our pockets. We're having to pay for these chargers, whatever. And so 2 things happened. One, I had access to my driveway in 30 minutes after I sent that email.
Really?
That was fun.
What define, like, what do you mean by access? Like, how'd they do it?
So then they brought in this like piece of machinery with like it had a bucket full of dirt. And so they like laid us, like they gave us like a dirt ramp into our driveway.
Oh, I saw the ramp. Yeah.
Yeah. So they just like made us a little ramp.
Okay.
So that is one thing that happened. I'm texting you guys a picture of another thing that happened because the project manager came to my door, I think, to talk to me about the email. I was on a call, I was on a meeting, I wasn't able to come to the door, but this is what I saw on the Ring doorbell camera. I want to get your guys' reaction when it comes across your screen.
Okay.
That guy is peeing in your lawn. This is what it looked like. That guy, so he's 70 years old, and his pants are below his cheeks.
They are down.
They are so far down. It's amazing they're not at his ankles. Like, how do you have them that far down without them completely falling?
So I happen to be looking at the Ring doorbell footage when this is happening, and I can't believe what I'm seeing because I see him go from pants at a normal spot to then pants dropping.
Oh,
I was like, oh, what is this? Yeah. And it turns out I think he was like adjusting his belt or something. But why drop your pants in front of our door on our front porch in front of a Ring doorbell? Why choose right there to like, I'm going to drop my pants and adjust my belt. I'm going to retuck my shirt in right now.
he's a professional man. What can I say?
And so then I'm like, screenshot, let's start screen recording just in case something else goes down. Unfortunately, nothing else happened after that. But I am keeping that in my back pocket. If something else goes down, I've always got the picture of the project manager with his pants down on my property.
Listen, buddy. Yeah, you caught him with his pants down.
Seriously. I mean, I don't want to have to use this or anything, but I think that's like, because he's not the nicest guy. He's like a pretty like short, like just like he's just very short in all things he does. Like whenever I've spoken to him, it's just like, when you need out. Oh, sorry. When you need out. And he like looking at me like, oh, probably like later today. Okay. It's like, why do I feel bothered? You're the one who, it's just like, he's an interesting guy. So,
I mean, if you're going to stereotype, like, which, whatever, we're stereotyping, but construction people versus like the Tesla people, like, I bet construction people don't love Tesla guys.
oh, I see.
Like, if he's like, if he's going to stereotype you, which you're not like some EV guy that's like, oh, I'm just all about EVs. And I just, whatever, like you just think they're cool. But like, maybe he's thinking to himself, I don't like this guy, whatever.
Yeah. And I will say the construction workers are awesome. Like I've been saying, I've been like become friends with them. We gave them acai bowls, but it's their boss.
Have you ever given this guy an acai bowl?
No.
Jake.
There's my problem.
Fine. Yeah. You need to cater to him more.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one last update. That was fun. His pants were down. I have a screenshot of it.
That's wild.
A couple days later, this is just a couple days ago, actually, I should say. I'm back to rubble on my driveway. I'm bouncing around. And yeah. I almost forgot to tell the whole story. So I'm coming back from Trey's house, corrective painting, and dude, something happened to me that morning, like a cinnamon swirl type situation. Like I don't feel sick, but I need to get to the bathroom.
Yeah,
I just know what this feeling is.
Something like mixed with something else, and it's time to erupt.
Yeah. You just like, it literally feels like it's about to erupt. Like it's just gurgly and like it's got to go somewhere.
Sure.
I would hope it's a toilet soon.
Is it? Does that happen to you more like when you're home than anything else? Like to me, it's a mental thing sometimes where it's like, I'm home, time to go.
Oh, this feels like it's nature. Like it doesn't care about where you're at,
sometimes,
what time it is.
Fair, yeah. Like I've never had to go at your house though. But I'll come home after this. I'll be like, I think I gotta go. Anyway.
Yeah, this is more than just like, I could go for a poop. I could hey, want to sit down and see. This was
You know what? I got 15 minutes. Why not try?
I got to do some stuff on my phone anyway.
Yeah.
That's like probably 4 out of 5 of my poops.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's just, hey, it could be fun. Rachel's not home. Let's stink it up.
That's right.
This was like, I need to get somewhere soon.
Yeah. It's either this or the front lawn.
I'm bouncing around, trying to get home. And then when I get to my
Ramp.
driveway, they had put down a ramp on top of the dirt. And now the dirt is gone and the ramp is now like up on my driveway. It's not at 45 degrees anymore. It's flat on my driveway.
Is it touching the ground? Like, is it a ramp anymore?
No, it's just flat on the concrete.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no problem. Get out of my car. I'm running over there. I go to move it. Because the whole time I've been driving on it the last couple of days, I was thinking it was like a plywood ramp or something. I go to move this thing. I want you to keep in mind how badly I have to go to the bathroom.
You're bending down, exerting motion.
I go down to move the plywood. This thing is steel, and I don't move it at all, and I almost crap my pants, dude.
bet, dude. Yeah, you're exerting so much, and you're literally bending down.
I was like, this is a pretty big piece of plywood. I'm gonna have to push pretty hard.
I'm supposed to lift with my knees, not my back.
And so yeah, I'm fully squatted, and then oh my gosh, and like my eyes popped out of my head, and poop almost out of my butt. It was crazy. It was just I couldn't even budge it. This thing was so heavy.
Oh my gosh.
But I gotta go, and so I flagged over the pants on the ground guy, and I was like, hey, we got to figure this out. I gotta go. I thought I was gonna have access to my driveway.
What do you need in? What do you need in? It's like,
yeah, he goes
now.
He goes, okay, if you just wouldn't mind parking over here, we'll get on that right away. And furthermore, I said, also, could we get this driveway or could we get the road smoothed out? Like my front bumper is like hitting rock and stuff. Like I'm dragging like on the ground. He said, yeah, we'll get that smoothed out right away. I'm in charge now. I run this street.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain. Yeah.
I'm the project manager now.
That's right. Yeah.
That felt good.
Really?
And then I took the best dump of my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Victory dump.
That thing, that's why they call it a throne right there. Like, I'm the king.
The porcelain throne.
understand?
Construction throne. Yeah, it felt good. I was like,
Yeah.
I bossed him around.
Did you tell Dennis that story? Your neighbor?
No, but Dennis and I have been chatting. He's been keeping me up to date. I don't want to fire up Dennis anymore because that was like the one thing I've like said. I did the email and then I guess that. But Dennis, I think, calls these people. He calls the city. He calls the trash. He calls people constantly. Well, he just has nothing better to do.
He felt like a king, and he's addicted to the feeling.
Yeah, I don't want to become Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis is retired. His wife passed away. And so all he cares about is like landscaping. Really, is all he cares about. And so with all this construction, I know he's torn up about it, and he's always causing a fuss.
What did he say? Something like, they said it was going to be a 10-degree slope max, and it's
They
11.
told me 11.9 degree slope, and I used to work in this industry, city planning, and you rarely see above 10. So I called him and let him know. So I was like, good for you. What's mine going to be?
Yeah, yours is like 18. And can we get that bumper smooth out? Yeah, sure. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Down to 17 now.
Really? Man.
So I got the road smoothed out for us.
Thank you.
For a couple days.
That's huge.
It felt awesome.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I should have been asking for stuff quicker. You know?
Yeah.
And by the way, can you get me a new Tesla real quick?
And by the way, it's dirty. Clean it.
Yeah. Lick it off. Lick all the dirt off of there. Oh, man. That's amazing. Good for you.
That was cool. Other thing I was going to say, shout out to all the ghosties who got into the Fantasy Football League. Shout out Cole Ford for starting that survival league. There's also multiple leftover leagues, carryover leagues. So there's a spot for everybody.
Yeah.
But every year, I think it's crazier and crazier. I was sitting by my phone, making sure everything went off all right. And I think with only the $15 patrons, both leagues filled up in 45 seconds this year.
Wow.
It was insane.
Wow.
I told the $10 patrons, I was like, I bet it's 50-50 whether you get it or not.
50-50.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know what 50-50 means.
Good reference.
So it was like 45 seconds. So you had to be quick. But it's fun. I would say, I'm not going to mention any names. I think there's one person out of like the 34, not Timon, sorry, actually, besides Timon, who doesn't know what they're doing. So not bad.
Not bad. And it's like, it's a great lesson of like, there's always going to be one, like it's always going to happen, and that's okay. I just feel bad for all the people that are like really like Shooty was like, dang, I didn't get in this year.
I know. Gabe Oliver didn't get in. So many people we love and would like to see again.
But
I do feel bad for like being the
don't
like
no, I'm not. No.
I know you're not trying to say that. It's just like I feel like I'll obviously I'll figure out what I'm doing, and like next time I'll be like, great, but like
And your team really is good. So
No, Timon's team is great.
there's one team, and this is not who I was referencing, but whoever Brandon is. We don't know Brandon. It's not Brandon Faulkner, but he auto-drafted in the poor computer. I mean, the computer doesn't understand what we're doing
No.
at all. And so,
Which it should. They should be able to make like here's how your points total works. Therefore, this is the depth chart now.
yeah, where is AI when you need it?
I know.
Nowhere to be found.
Like it needs to factor in PPR versus not versus how you're scoring
Yeah.
touchdowns, whatever. Doesn't
Granted, it doesn't know we're doing a guillotine league, but it knows you have to start 2 quarterbacks, and it drafted 0 quarterbacks for him. So Brad kept making the joke in the chat like, oh, I can't wait to have this guy's receivers next week. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. That's a fun joke. Yeah, but Timon's in the league, which is fun. Timon, tell us, tell the ghosties your team name.
Patrick Mahomes schooled.
That's awesome.
And he's got a AI generated, like, it's Mahomes, but with like nerdy looking glasses.
Yeah.
And
Looks
you have a
really
good one.
Oh, yeah, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your other one?
Mal's finger.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mine are still the same from 2 years ago. I need to change mine. It doesn't even make sense because I like name my teams like Brad's childhood toys and Brad's childhood snacks or something like that. But then every player was a different toy.
It's fun that they let you name your players.
Yeah, you can nickname your player. So I had like Furby as Patrick Mahomes or something like that. But none of my players are nicknamed anything anymore. So bless you.
Excuse me, guys.
I had a funny. I never talked about this in my Memphis fantasy football draft. Is an auction draft.
Yeah.
You guys do those?
I did that. So with my extended family, I did an auction league for like keeper for like 14, 15 years.
Yeah. Did you do it virtually ever?
No, always in person.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So this would never happen to you, but you can imagine what would happen here. So,
Because most of you guys are in person, but is there a couple people digitally?
yeah, I think there's 12 of us in the league, and I bet 8 of us were in person. Maybe
Are they on the phone or just on the...
some of them would FaceTime in for periods of time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's so much more fun if everyone's just together.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because we didn't use software or anything. It was like truly like you either got to be there or got to be like calling in.
Oh, yeah.
Actively bidding.
no, yeah, it's just all online. So you just click, whatever. And so somehow one guy I think is like literally putting his kid to bed in Oklahoma City. Shout out Jeff. And what's one of the running backs for the Bills? Doesn't
James
matter.
Cook.
I think it was James Cook. Doesn't matter who it was. It was some like mediocre running back,
Yeah.
like nobody crazy. And you have $200 to spend on the auction draft, right? And we're bidding back and forth. He's up to like $30 or something like that. And it wasn't James Cook. It was somebody better than that, but it was still like a top 15 running back. Doesn't matter. All of a sudden, somehow Jeff's app glitches somehow, whatever, and he puts in $120 to bid on this thing. Like he clicks it.
What's the highest player in the league go for? 60?
Yeah, total like $60-$70 max for like the best player.
Yeah. For Christian McCaffrey or
Right.
CeeDee Lamb or something.
And even then, it's like, okay, hope he gets.
If he gets injured, your season's over.
$120, and it was like near the beginning of the draft.
Ooh.
And then, but what happened was, you can either like put an exact number into like auction draft with, or you can just press like plus $1 on the click, and it'll just go up $1 from whatever the current number is. So Jeff presses $120. My friend Bart, without knowing, like just instant, like kind of like
I'll go one up.
Kind of like the whole like don't reply Siri. Oh, I meant to say don't reply, instead it said send kind of thing. It was like he clicked it and it goes $121.
So now people are bidding at that price.
And so Bart, my friend Bart was like, oh my gosh, holy crap. Like I didn't mean to bid $121. And of course, like I think it's hilarious. I think it's like, sorry. Like
No, you gotta let him go back.
Well, because it was like, because sometimes these fancy drafts are like tough to like redo or like.
True, yeah.
And so like, there were a few of us that were just like, I mean, whatever, but most people were like, he didn't mean to do that, whatever. So we redid it, but it was like one of those, you would definitely like make him go back.
Yeah, I think so. Then again, when you say that, I think about the video we're coming out with when we get over this episode, the Friday one, is that we're playing a pretty competitive game and a ball is clearly going out. Scott's trying to dodge it and then it lands on his foot and it's like, ball's going out, but I mean, do we play by the rules? Do we live in a nation of laws or not?
Exactly. There's just like, it's like by definition, there was nothing wrong with what happened.
Nothing glitched.
No.
You bid and you upped his bid.
My friend claims, he's like, I don't know how I bid $120, but I don't know if I just pressed some buttons as I was putting her to bed or what. But like Bart pressed $1 more than that. So therefore he was left with it.
That's funny. My only guess, sometimes there's like certain like like boxes on like websites where like whatever 0 is like already there, and he goes to put 12, and it adds it to the 0.
Sure. Like he clicks it, and it's the zeros in the.
It's like, oh, I thought it would replace the 0, not
Maybe.
add on to it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh, it was awesome.
That's pretty funny though. Everyone just screaming, "Oh, what 20? Your max bid's 40 now." Sorry.
Yeah. So then we pause, and my friend who's the commissioner, who's very fair, is like tried to like figure it all out, and we're all like, I mean, if you're trying to be fair,
Move on.
Look
Move
at
on.
It. Like,
Yeah, he's doing parliamentary procedure. All right, the ayes have it.
because it was like, I mean, we were like probably 7 or 8 picks into the draft, so we weren't very far
It's
into
like,
it.
we can
yet.
redo this.
So it's like, could we redo it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Could we, it was awesome. It was so funny.
That's pretty electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I got out of that league with my family just because I got this is just the last few years because I got so into guillotine and everything else.
Yeah.
But it was always fun.
Yeah.
Strategy of like, all right, I know this guy lives in Kansas City. He's a Chiefs fan. He has an inflated view of what Pacheco is worth. So I'm going to run up the numbers on him.
Oh, yeah, dude.
25.
All the Chiefs players get so high bid because we have like 4 Chiefs fans in there.
Yes, you nominate them early. Let people spend their money. Yeah.
Or like one of my buddies went to Georgia Tech, so he's always loved Butker. And so we always get him to spend like $8 on Butker, like just like a little bit too much on a kicker.
The kicker thing is wild. People get obsessed with kickers. And you look at like the 20th best kicker and the first kicker are separated by like 30 points all year, 2 points a game or something.
See, and like growing up, like my family's fantasy league, the kicker was pretty valuable. Like if it was over, I think back in the day, if it was over 45-yard kick, it was 6 points.
Just 100.
And so every once in a while, like a kicker gets like 30 points. And so in my head, like I don't analyze the different leagues scoring enough to where I'm like, a kicker and a defense could win you some games. And in reality, it's like, no, not really.
I don't think they should because it's so no one cares. Like we're not putting our strategy into that, so that shouldn't be where the points go.
Yeah, you can't really strategize a kicker.
Yeah.
Defense a little more. You can be like who they're playing and
Matchups.
everything. But
Anyway, that's enough football talk. Major Roasters. Not enough Major Roasters talk, I'll tell you that much.
look at my eyes. They're caffeinated. That's why I got these big old eyes from Main Street Roasters.
You did yesterday too when I saw you on the way to the Chiefs game. When I saw you, I walked in your house and I was like, "What's up, dude?" And you had 3/4 a cup of nitro cold brew.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I talked to Catherine for 5 minutes and we left, you had 0 nitro
It was
cold
gone.
brew.
I was like, I'm not taking this with me. I don't need one more thing to carry with me. I'm chugging this bad boy. I was like, I need caffeine for today. And it helped, baby.
Yeah. Caffeine's awesome. Major Roasters is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be there October 20.
Timon, look it up.
It's always earlier than I thought. Timon, look up when October is. No, I got it right here.
October 26th.
Oh!
And 25th, maybe. We're driving there 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're excited. Let's go ahead and say post Branson will have exact details of what we're going to do there.
Branson first. Branson this week. Oh, hey, Major Roasters right now. Major Roasters.
That's right. But Main Street Roasters is our sponsor today. Last week they were our sponsor. The week before that they were our sponsor.
I'm looking. Who's our sponsor next week?
Main Street Roasters for every single episode ever because they're the best sponsors around, best coffee around, best beans around.
Maybe you're thinking, I've already supported the boys. I've already bought some Major Roasters.
I'm thinking I've already supported.
I've supported them once. Guess what? Major Roasters supports us every single week.
Yeah.
And the promo code doesn't work for just your first time or just, for one time. It works every time.
I hope every time you drink coffee that's not Main Street Roasters, you feel a little guilty inside. All right? I hope you're just like this. I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's good coffee, but it's not Main Street Roasters. It's not
I
supporting.
didn't support the boys.
It's not supporting Northeast Indiana's economy, right? So,
Right? So
Right.
feel bad.
Huh?
Or feel good. MajoRoasters.com.
GRKC, 10% off. Oh, coffee's awesome. It's awesome.
Yep.
I love it.
I got one last thing on my list.
Great.
It's called Addict Pickleball is Insane. I don't know how much you've been following along with this. I really appreciate the ghosties trying to
Yeah.
get fired up and support. Honestly, I hope I never take for granted how much of a support system I have in so many quote unquote strangers in the ghosties. Like you guys are just so behind us and whatever we do, or whether you're excited for us, you're fired up for us.
100%.
You guys really are very impressive as a unit. So I really appreciate you. But yeah, that episode came out last week and people were like, what do I need to do? How do I kill these guys?
Yeah.
And I was like, a lot of this kind of went down. Don't worry about it. But I won't focus too much on it. But so while we were recording last week, that was pretty fun. While recording, we find out that they have a fake Instagram account, which is insane. I make a little Instagram story about it just to get that account taken. I wasn't going to I wasn't gonna like kind of platform them for stealing our content. Like they don't deserve that. But it's like once they make a fake Instagram, that's insane behavior. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to talk about this just to get the Instagram account shut down. You guys did great. You reported it, got shut down in 30 minutes. Well, then from there, they get fired up, which I don't know why. Everything about them, I'm like, why are you guys upset? You've been the instigator, the stealer, the copier, infringer.
Yeah.
You've done everything.
Yeah.
We're doing our thing. And so then they just start blowing me up from like multiple accounts in my DMs. And, I can't believe you call yourself a comedian. I can't believe, is this your first day on the internet? You're not acting like it. How long have you been doing this? Just like really like mean stuff. The next day they post some video about like, hey, they're doing a Labor Day sale. And then they are the ones commenting from all their different accounts being like, hey, at Friday Pickleball, other companies have ran a sale before. So is this cool if we do this?
Yeah.
Hey, is this original enough for Friday Pickleball?
They're trolling you.
Yeah, but also I'm like, this is such a bad look for your company. Like if other people see this, like why do they keep tagging these other guys? Who is this?
Wait, Friday. Oh, their paddles are cheaper. Maybe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, their stuff is actually, I can.
Whoa, Addict Pickleball is $210. I get 2 for $99 with promo code Friday with 2 Ys.
Brad gets it.
Whoa, okay. That's a pretty good deal. Well, surely like that's not carbon fiber, polyfiber. Can we talk about these paddles real quick? Turn them back and forth.
I love turning them.
Ghostly Haze, new very limited design. Yeah,
You're right.
I love it. They're tagging you.
So they're tagging us all over,
Love
asking us if things are original. I'm taking the high road. I'm not saying anything. I'm not responding to any DMs. One guy I did. Have you seen that meme before where it's a guy on Twitter who just, it's kind of specific to talk about, but he says like, I ain't reading all that, but happy for you or sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty popular meme. I just like screenshotted that meme and just replied to his like long text that way. Cause I feel like it's got to be the ultimate, just like thumbs down.
Yeah.
He didn't
Or
even.
maybe thumbs up.
Or maybe
time.
thumbs up.
Got it. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, next time thumbs up it.
And then he didn't even get the joke. He was like, I think that was a mistake. What did you send me? So I was like, oh, he doesn't even understand what's happening.
He's just trying to troll you back again. Like he's trying to make, yeah.
So then what else happens? I should have wrote down like what was actually happening, but then I start to see in their original post, because I'm checking back on like making sure like, all right, making sure they're not doing anything insane again or stealing anything else. More ghosties are getting into like arguments in the comments with these guys. So I appreciate you guys shouting me out. And then I'm starting to see all these other claims. They're like, well, they actually stole from us. I'm like, oh, this should be good. They're like, they came out with a hybrid paddle shape after we did.
Oh, Jake.
Which is like saying,
how could you?
Yeah, it's like we make water bottles and now they do.
Their water bottles are also cylindrical. We do the cylinder bottles. You guys have to do a different shape. Spherical, maybe.
Good luck with cube.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to drink out of that.
You can put one big block of ice in there. That's it. It's like, okay, good for you.
I'm like so fired up about this weird claim that I actually do the research to see that's not even true. We had our paddles before them. They launched their paddle after we did. It's like none of this makes sense. You guys are idiots.
Also, there's 1,000 pickleball companies.
Yeah, and none of us have a proprietary shape.
No.
This is dumb.
Well, you don't have to get into the weeds too much, but aren't you like buying your paddles from the same place as like a lot of other people?
We are
More or less.
You know what I'll say?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would want me saying that. Whatever. Vulcan said they have been talking to a manufacturer that currently makes our paddles.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sharing going on.
Sure. Here. Yeah. That's literally like all of supply chain, right? It's like, hey, Lululemon and New Balance get their stuff from the same people.
Yeah. Trader Joe's, Walmart, and Whole Foods.
Sure.
Same stuff, different labels.
Sure.
Yeah. It's how goods work in America. But then the other thing I noticed is like, is rent-free as if like we're living in their head. I will say they were on my mind too. I was looking into them. So they have a brick and mortar store in Tampa. I was like, let's just see what this is all about. They have like 13 Google reviews. 8 of them are 1-star reviews. And they're like, the leadership here is awful. This place is a scam. These people are frauds. I'm like, holy cow, what am I getting myself into? I checked their Facebook reviews. They have 3 reviews. One of them's a 1-star review. It's like, do not trust the people in charge of this business. Then I'm like, I'm going to search the pickleball subreddit. I'm going to search Addict Pickleball. Of course, there's a post. It's like, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a small company. Maybe you haven't heard of them, but beware of these guys. I'm like, what's going on here? All they do is steal our stuff. What have they done to these other people?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sorry for using this word, but how screwed over do you have to do to somebody like to make them upset about a pickleball brand?
and like question the leadership or
Like,
call you a scam artist or frauds.
Like
What have you done to them?
If all you do is buy a pickleball, like pickleball paddles aren't that much different than each other. There's not always like, I'm going to write a 1-star review about these people because their pickleball paddle's not incredible.
Yeah. How did they treat someone, or what did they do to you personally? Like, did they just? It seems like more than just like I bought one and it didn't show up. This shipping was slow.
I mean, let's go back to the roots of this whole thing. Their name, they're glorifying addicts, and addictions are bad things.
Is that what you want to support?
We shouldn't, unless we're love addicts. #FamilyForce5. We should not be addicts of anything. So
yeah, you know what I love? Fridays.
Fridays are just they're a day of the week, and they're generally a great day of the week for anybody who has a normal like traditional job. That's a good thing. People like Fridays.
So anyway, that's just what's went down since last week. I'm like, this company, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stay far away because it seems like trouble. But thank you, Ghosties, for being willing to fight for us, and maybe keep an eye out. Just see what else they're up to next. Don't follow them.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on them.
Just search them a lot. Yeah. Just make sure they come up in your For You page, but you're not following them.
Yeah, and maybe they'll run targeted ads at you, so it costs them money.
I think about that sometimes with Friday Pickleball because I watch all your ads.
Yeah, I'm like, should I not?
And I'm like, is this like actually hurting them? Because then it's like less effective because I'm not buying one. Like I get in my head about all that stuff. So
Timon, what'd you have to drink today? Sorry, you can go to the bathroom, but peed twice in the last like hour and a half.
Oh, Timon just texted us.
Timon said, I have to pee so bad right now. I got
All right, let's point the camera towards the bathroom.
I got a parabolic mic. You can kind of hear it.
Oh, hey. We got a little bit of steel ramp on our situation.
Anyway.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was just like the more I dug, I was like, whoa, this feels like true crime. I mean, who are these guys?
I'm sure you've talked to Rachel about it to an extent. Like the psychology, the whatever behind it is like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a term or there's something for like somebody, the way, if somebody did this in a relationship, like where it's just like, you're the wrong one, but you're trying to make me feel bad about it is basically what they're doing. Like
manipulating, I guess, probably.
Yeah. Or somehow that's how you control some, I don't know. Like, is that what gaslighting kind of is?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you're making me the bad person here.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like calling you out on your, wrongdoings kind of thing. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, what's the ultimate best case scenario here? I don't know.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to love to prove them wrong in the DMs, it doesn't matter. Just stay away. Cause some of the people who DM'd me, they were just like, what's your deal with addict pickleball, man? Everybody steals. Look at TikTok. Everyone's just stealing each other's content. I'm like, oh, so you're admitting you just steal people's content.
Yeah, that's just
what you want to be known for.
It's a silly, yeah. No one steals content like that. People might be like, oh, that's a pretty funny.
This is a trend. This is a template.
Oh, you guys are kind of like doing like a mom joke thing. Like, okay, let's do a mom joke thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, you don't literally, like, I've never seen Trey like do a, Holderness family video. And
he did their same script, but he said it. Yeah, it's not how it works.
Like you don't do you don't cover videos. You cover songs. That's kind of a fun thing. It's like,
I'm the Weird Al of comedy.
John Mayer did a Beyonce song. That's kind of fun. Like that's kind of a cool little thing. But it's like
I should go on a Nate Bargatze tour, a cover tour.
Dude,
of my favorite comedians.
I'll do Burt Kreischer. I'll be doing the Machine. Like the clean Burt Kreischer.
Yeah, why don't comedians cover comedy?
Can you imagine? Awesome. Yeah. And if they ever do that, like if they ever do like a joke that somebody else does, we've talked about that, I think. Like,
yeah,
it's like a huge like blacklist.
Yeah, you bought Amy Schumer, Carlos Mencia. It's like, yeah, you're done.
Jaron Myers.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, Chiefs are going to look good this year, I think.
Chiefs are good.
Healing Waters good. Main Street Roasters good.
This guy with his pants off is good.
Those pants were off.
Those pants are down there, dude. Whitey Tidy's showing. You have a review of the week or anything else you'd like to talk about? Timon, do you have anything you'd like to talk about? You came all the way here.
Yeah, Timon.
Yeah.
Say something. I feel like your hands
Say
don't look
something.
very shiny for just going to the bathroom. You didn't wash them, and you're just
Shiny.
You're just controlling our boards with those dirty hands.
Yeah, that's the sign. Yeah, your hands are always shiny after you wash.
Unless you dry them well.
I did.
Just go ahead.
I did.
No, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, the reason I only drafted 2 quarterbacks and then like let the computer do the rest is because I was at callbacks for Newsies.
Oh yeah, want to hear about this?
MNU?
MNU's Newsies, yeah.
MNUsies?
And it's like, I was conflicted about it because I was like, I don't know if I necessarily really have the time for this, but it would just be a super cool thing. And it's like, if I did get cast, I would do it.
Okay.
And so like, because my voice teacher like recommended me, like they were like,
Great.
come to callbacks.
Can you describe just really quickly how
Yes.
much time it would take? Like what is like the
Okay. Yeah. Rehearsal schedule. I think it's like maybe 8-ish weeks of 3 nights a week.
Okay.
But it's like, you're not called to every single one. But if you get a lead,
Okay.
you're called to like probably quite a bit.
Wow.
So it would be a big commitment.
Yeah.
And so,
no more pedo
I was like,
for
hey,
you.
we'll see. And so I went to callbacks, which is just like, yeah, the second round kind of like narrowing things down. You read for specific parts, but I wasn't at audition, so it was my first thing. But yeah, they had me read for Jack, Davey, and Crutchy, like the 3 main guys. So I was excited.
That's really
and then-
cool. Yeah, just to get asked to do that, it's a good sign.
I know, yeah. So even like, I was like, even if nothing comes of this, it was a cool opportunity. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It shows that they at least like know I'm capable, whatever. And so, but the problem is the week of the show, like that, like Monday, Tuesday or something like that,
Pickleball tournament.
I have a conflict that I like way earlier committed to. Like I'm filming for something in San Diego.
Oh.
And
Oh,
so,
big conflict.
yeah,
Not
exactly.
just like
it's not like I'll be late.
not a Hiawatha, Kansas conflict.
Yeah, and so it's like, and it's like the week of the show, you got to be at everything. So that ended up being like the factor of like I wasn't cast, but they said like I think I would have gotten a decent role, which is
Wow.
like pretty exciting. So it's like
Sign of things to come.
exact. So it's like a good.
You got in front of people. You showed your talent.
It might be the best case scenario because like I got to have a fun callback thing. They like recognized that I was capable, but it was like I also won't have to commit a ton of time.
And they're like, we want this guy, but he's so busy. We might need to like create a role for him, pay him pretty well. Like
Yeah.
he's so in demand.
I like the idea of like them rewriting the Newsies for you. Like
We got to create a new character for this
Yeah.
guy.
But yeah, so that was
That's really cool.
Fun experience.
so
That's
are
really
you
fun.
are you like you're obviously graduating once you're done with have you done history yet?
Yeah, we haven't done a history check in a
Don't talk
while.
about it.
Okay,
Just
we'll
don't-
text
just don't
Maria.
bring it
We'll
up.
talk to her about it. But like, are you wanting to continue to just like indefinitely? You don't have to have the answers.
No,
like,
no,
I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe if it's fun, I'll do it. But like, or are you like? Because obviously you want to do more video stuff.
Yeah, it's a great question because I'm like,
Yeah.
honestly, at this point, I'm fairly open. Like,
Yeah.
I had a voice lesson yesterday. My teacher was like, he was like, I've always wanted to have a student of mine like try auditioning for like Sight and Sound. He was like,
Ooh.
because like I don't know what their process. It's like they're very like separate from a lot of theater things. Like the whole company's Christian. It's all like
Right.
he's like he'd be curious how that would go. So he was like, that'd be a fun thing I could do. So like I don't know what that would even consist of if that would mean
You're like a full-time employee.
I
You
know
live in
exactly 'cause
Lancaster or
if
Branson now.
if I would do that, it's like I moved to Branson for like a I don't know, year, but I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
It would be super cool. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's like maybe I want to take advantage of the next couple of years.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I'm not doing that much.
I love it. Yeah, I think you should
Yeah.
absolutely have your options open with everything. Like,
See.
see what opportunities arise. We have Ghosties. Mariah Garrett's a Sight and Sound gal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It's just interesting because like when I think about like me and like what I do, whatever, like singing or like acting is like so far like I'm like I do
funny.
videography and stuff.
I'm a video
but
guy
it's
now.
like I guess I'm capable. I don't know. So it's like it'd be fun.
yeah,
We'll see.
cool, man.
Yeah. But that's why
That's awesome.
still got a good draft in. So it's win-win on.
Yeah, you drafted and newsied. Not very many people can say that.
It was
Like,
literally it was probably the worst part of callbacks. I was supposed to try to tap dance, which I can't do. And so
oh,
I was like literally I was like exactly at what was it 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I like went out to go to the bathroom and then like did my one quarterback or whatever.
Who was that?
Jake Allen? No, not Jake Allen. That's the ghosty. Josh Allen.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I do not remember my other one.
And then the other guy,
Yeah, the other one.
do you know him?
Jake Delhomme. That's why you got
Jake Delhomme.
confused.
Good
Yeah.
degree. No,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's fun update.
That is fun. Did you
Sky's
have
the
to wear
limit.
tap shoes?
No, I just wore like they had some extra kind of like dress shoes type of thing, like brown,
Okay.
like nice shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I knew going into it, I was like, this is not going to be any kind of strong suit for me in my
Sure.
auditions. I'm just going to follow along and see how it works. But I didn't do great, but it was fine.
How many times had you ever tried before that to tap dance? I've never tried.
I think never.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was my first time. So
Wow.
it's like, yeah,
Go for it.
and even like the dance on it, like there's dancing and then tapping. And like dance, I'm not great at that either. I was a little better than tap, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
When I've seen you at Greenleaf Productions, you usually seem to have more rhythm than the people you're next to.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So there's potential there from what I
Yeah. Cool.
So-
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not super athletic, but Newsy's a pretty athletic show.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty demanding. But yeah,
Man.
it's like it is definitely bittersweet. Like it's like
Sure.
definitely would have been super cool to be in Newsies.
Yeah.
Just anecdotally, it feels like, maybe that's not the right word, but like without knowing the facts completely, it feels like more and more people, more and more productions are doing Newsies. Is that true?
Maybe. I don't
Like
know.
I know, like
oh yeah, the new theater,
multiple high schools have done it recently in Kansas City.
that like dinner theater place in Kansas City has done it for like a month or so.
Okay. Yeah.
I
So
think.
it feels like it's becoming more popular. So maybe you'll have another opportunity. Maybe Theater in
Yeah.
the Park will do it.
That'd be
or
sweet.
something.
That'd be sweet.
Or Greenleaf.
Hey,
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it had to be a little more Christian based.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my Bible. You'll steal another. Said him, that's my cigar.
My bull.
That's my
funny.
Devo. You'll steal another. My review of the week, Jake.
Don't take mine.
You go ahead.
Yes. It's from Ishaguti. Is that who you're going to say?
Nope, Public Goon.
Okay. This her name's Ella, but weird username. I love the title. It says, "We likey."
Yeah.
5 stars. Hi, Jake and Brad. Your podcast means so much more to me than just something funny to listen to. I'm a 17-year-old girl from Colorado, and I've been praying for my future husband. I asked God for a man who will treat me the way you treat your wives. How cool is that? You guys are such role models for men and even for me. Brad, you're an amazing dad, and someday I want to have my future husband do dadder days with my future kids. You both have so many fun, wholesome traditions. I hope to have similar ones in the future. Thank you for shining God's light to everyone who listens and everyone who you meet. I hope to learn from both of you. You are both great friends and fathers. Jake, I don't know yet. I'm not on the most recent episode. And great spouses, and most importantly, amazing representatives of God. Thank you for your podcast. I love it. And hi, Timon.
Hi, Ella.
Oh,
Oh,
clip it.
Ella likes the news.
Oh, yeah. Praying for a 17-year-old. Well, she's 17.
What's the age of consent in Colorado?
Are you older or younger than your wife?
Older.
Are you older or younger than 17 time?
Oh, I'm older.
Okay. My 5-star review.
My podcast.
My podcast.
Great review. Thank you, Ella.
Yeah, thanks, Ella. 5-star review from Public Goon #1. Public Goon. They're no private, Lily. Podcast that keeps you giggling. You guys never cease to put a smile on my face. The length of episodes are perfect for my twice a week, 1.5 hour drive to work. I've been a listener for a while, since BT, before Timon. But it's hard now to imagine the show without him. Your positivity is infectious. Thank you for being the best CCP out there. CCP.
Christian Contemporary.
Yeah, Christian Contemporary Podcast. Clean Comedy Podcast.
Ah,
Not the cleanest comedy podcast.
striving to be.
Just striving to be America's best clean comedy podcast. Not America's cleanest comedy podcast.
That's a great point.
But we still try to be clean. Thanks to Lily for the 5-star review. Timon, she can't imagine this episode without Timon, so I'd like to ask Timon a question.
Go ahead.
Timon, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
Brad, I would.
Shout out
I
to
would.
who wrote this, Timon?
Brad, I would.
Maddie Dieterly.
Dieterly is bringing the heat lately.
Dude, this I read through. I was like, this is amazing jingle.
Oh, cool.
This is
Yeah.
very well written.
Sorry, Ella.
From what I can tell.
It's Maddie's world now.
All right, this is For Forever from Dear Evan Hansen. So a musical, yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm very familiar with this.
What's your you like Evan the best? He's your favorite character?
And I love that the key is in C.
This is A.
What a
guy.
song.
What a guy.
That's a
It's
lot
a
of
great
lyrics to
song.
write.
That was a lot of song. Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
That's just emotional. It's just a up and down roller coaster.
It's a good song. Good beat.
Well done.
Way to be, Time.
Thanks.
Way to be. All right, long episode, but fun.
Hey, Branson's coming up.
Coming to Branson this week.
I dare you. Oh, should we do a little? No. just know it's going to be awesome. I was going to do a preview of Branson things and what we're going to do for everything. Let's just give some quick logistics real quick for Branson. We are no longer going to send you an e-version of your ticket. There's going to be a registration table at the entrance of Silver Dollar City to pick up your tickets there. 6 to 10 p.m. is Social Birdie. We'll put all this everywhere, but 6 to 10 p.m. Friday, Social Birdie. 10 a.m. Sunday at Sycamore Creek for worship. All day Saturday at the park, but our actual events will start at 11:30. We'll put more of this information on our website, ghostrunners.live/Branson, everything like that. But just wanted to let you guys know as much as we can beforehand. So we're excited about it. VIPs get really excited. Not only do we have an ice cream social coming, but we also have pumpkin coffee, little baked good action for you. Are you kidding me? It's going to be a blast. So it's not too late to sign up, not too late to sign up for a VIP. So holler at us. We'd love to see you there. We're just excited to meet people, to make new memories with them in Branson. So ghostrunners.live/Branson. We'll see you there.
See you this weekend.
Love you guys.